So I found a bunch of these downspouts, vinyl or PVC downspouts on the property. There's like 50 or 60 maybe. I'm going to clean them up and I'm going to make a hydroponic tower garden out of them. Alright, so here they are. A little bit cleaned up. We're going to cut them to length. What I've got to work with here, I can do 7 feet. So I'm going to do 7 feet tall towers. And these 5 towers will hold, when I'm done, 130 plants, if my calculations are correct. There they are, marked at 7 feet. See, some are longer than the others, that's why I'm stuck at 7 feet. And we're going to cut them. So now we're going to cut them using the oscillating tool. I found that to be the best option when working with PVC or vinyl. Okay, so now they're cut. We're going to create a channel in the bottom because they're going to be going in troughs like that. You can see where I've made the other 3. So the channel will look kind of like this. So I've made a template. So we're going to mark them and we're going to cut them. So there we are, all notched out. That's so when the columns are in the troughs over there, one for the top, one for the bottom, the fluid will be able to run down and run through the channel. So the next step is to mark where we're going to put the holes. Being that I've already done several, I have a system, works pretty quick. So I've already marked my tape measure where I'm going to be putting slots for the grow pots, mesh cups. So I'm going to mark each side, the wide side, and then on the thin side I'll place the holes between the 1 foot mark, because I'm putting 12 inches apart. So there would be one somewhere in here. So if I take my speed square and I line it up on my mark right there, I can place a mark right here, and that's exactly halfway between those 2 marks. So that's how I mark the sides. So here's the little net pots that I'll be using in the hydroponic system. How you determine how wide you want to go depends on how big your cup is. For example, here I will be cutting a line from this mark to this mark, because when it's heated up and expanded out, the cup will just sit down in the hole. So on the skinnier sides, I'll be cutting from that inside lip to that inside lip all the way across. Alright, so the next step is to use a heat gun to soften up the area. You're going to want to go about that far past, because it's going to raise out this way, and you want an indentation here, so you want to heat this area right here. And you can see now it's pretty hard. When I come back, I'll be showing you. So what the tools you need for this is a heat gun. You need a piece of PVC pipe tapered off at the end, because when this gets malleable, you're going to push that in and give it a turn and lift it up, and that's going to create the lip. Then you're going to use a water hose, which I've got set on mist. So as soon as you get it where you want it, you mist that one side, that becomes hard again, and then you kind of push this side down just a little bit, and you mist it, and that'll create an inside lip, which the water, when it comes down, will trickle down and hit all the roots going all the way down the pipe. So this is the most time-consuming aspect of the project so far. It takes about a minute to do one pothole. There's 26, so, and I've got 5 columns to do. I timed myself on one. It took about 25 minutes, so right at a minute a hole. You don't want to rush this step, because if you get this too hot, it'll cause it to split when you go to pulling up on this. If you don't get it hot enough, well, obviously you won't be able to form it correctly, and there's not a whole lot of forgiveness in the process. You don't get too many redos. And so we'll show you how to do this. I'm going to do one on the wide side and one on the narrow side. It goes a little quicker after the heat gun's been heated up. You'll see it start to curl. Alright, so then you'll take this pipe and slide it in like that. Give it a little twist. And if you're concerned about your angle, you can kind of use the speed square. That's about the angle that you want, a 45 degree. Once you do a few, you'll get used to the angle. So once you get it where you want it, I've got a and there's your first net pot hole. And the net pot will fit in there just like that once it's standing. That's where I'm going to spray it, and then I'm going to bend it down and spray the back side, but I can't do that with holding the phone. So that's what the narrow side will look like. The net cup will fit down in there like that. And when you get done, you end up with this.